like I started acting at 12, and that's when I fell in love with it. But Nigerian traditional parents were like, no, you're not going to be, you know, an actor. You're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, an architect. And so I ended up going to school for medicine. You know, it was that's where I got my degree in, it was biochemistry. But you know, I did that during the day, and then at the evenings I would go to the theater and, you know, and play around and be in plays and stuff. And then, you know, finals would come and I, you know, have to study and be in rehearsals at the same time. So it was pretty rough. But I always had a love for acting. But so after graduation, when it was time to go to medical school, I decided, let me go and try my hand at acting since it's a burning desire. And then if it doesn't work, hey, there's always med school to fall back on, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. So it was great because I also learned so much. I was able to start a fitness company called Fit for LA. And that's what helped me during the long years of waiting for a break, as they say, in Hollywood. So it all worked out.
So what films would we have seen?
You would have seen me in a movie that just came out, kind of a limited release called Irene in Time. And that's a movie by famous independent director Henry Jaglom, who's from the old school and was best friends with Orson Welles. So he worked with, you know, Noah Weil from ER and just countless guys from The Sopranos, you know, countless actors he's worked with. So it was an honor for me, especially as an African American, to be on one of his films and then also the lead in his film. So yes, that was kind of like a big break kind of thing. But then I've also done, you know, Now We're Here for the Inheritance, and I've done a lot of TV like Arrested Development and The Game and Everybody Hates Chris. So, you know, it's kind of come together.
Okay. So you play the villain in The Inheritance.
You can say that. You can say villain, the bad guy, I guess. Yeah.
So what is that like? How did you feel about playing the villain in the film?
Well, one of the things we alluded to earlier was that it's all about perspective, because this particular character, Shaka Baz, is looked at as a villain, but he's also the lifeblood of the family. So you can say, yes, he's a bad guy, he kills people, but he also has provided freedom for this family since the days of slavery. So he's broken them away from he freed them from their captors. He's also sustained them throughout life for the entire, you know, 3-4 centuries since slavery. So he's a benevolent villain, I guess. So, but it was fun. I mean, you know, grew up on horror movies, you see Freddy Krueger, you see Jason, you see Michael Myers, and now you get to see Shaka Baz.
Okay, so how do your parents feel about that now? Did they change their opinion since you've gained some success?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
I think, and what I realized as I got older is that they weren't trying to deter me from what I love. They were just saying, do something so you have a solid foundation. And I think that's very important, especially for all the kids that want to be rappers and actors and all that. Get your education first, get that solid foundation first.
Absolutely.
And then once you have your foundation, you can do whatever you want. You can be president.